You watched the World Cup. You saw the VAR delays. You saw the red card that vanished after the President of the United States made a phone call. And you probably told yourself something felt off. You were right. The group of Copenhagen, FIFA's own partner watchdog, just issued 7 yellow notices for potential match manipulation. FIFA's official position? Nothing suspicious happened. But here's what FIFA doesn't want you connecting. That Balogun red card reversal, it was the first in over 60 years. And Polymarket opened a betting market on whether he'd play, the only such market out of 14 red cards in the entire tournament. Someone knew. And they knew before FIFA announced anything. Both bodies sit on the same integrity task force. Same data, same tournament, opposite conclusions. Now let me show you why. $240 billion. That is how much was wagered globally on this World Cup, according to the Copenhagen Group. Nearly double the $128 billion wagered on Qatar 4 years ago. Let that number land. June 15th, Spain, number 2 in the world, versus Cape Verde, making their World Cup debut. 91% odds. The match ended 0-0. Approximately $4.8 million was wagered on that exact outcome. A Polymarket account handle, Fish Alive, a brand new wallet, 2 trades in its entire history. According to Coindesk, the account turned roughly $400,000 into more than $4 million. Return, over 1,000%, 9 cents per share against the European champions. Someone knew. I watched that Spain versus Cape Verde match live. I remember thinking it was just a bad day for the favorites. I did not connect the betting patterns until I saw the Copenhagen data. If you bet on Spain that day, even $10, you were on the other side of this trade. The Copenhagen Group flagged this match specifically. FIFA's response? Clean bill of health. Dr. Declan Hill, the academic who literally wrote the book on match fixing, read FIFA's statement and wrote, "I'm not sure which World Cup they were monitoring, but it certainly was not the same one that we were." The man who defined the field is calling FIFA's findings detached from reality. And the Copenhagen Group, which FIFA lists as a member of its own integrity task force, is saying there are red flags FIFA either missed or chose to ignore. This is not a disagreement between outsiders and insiders. This is an institutional contradiction from within. Prediction markets alone saw $50 billion in trades during June, the first month of the tournament. Polymarket's World Cup winner market crossed $4 billion in volume, surpassing the platform's entire 2024 presidential election market. But the explosion was not just in total volume, it was in what people were betting on. Secondary markets, yellow cards, red cards, corners, throw-ins attracted $70 billion in stakes in 2024 alone, larger than total global wagering on any sport except basketball and American football. MLS Commissioner Don Garber wrote to state regulators warning that wagers on cards are more susceptible to manipulation because a single player can more easily control the outcome. A veteran betting consultant told ESPN that yellow cards are the easiest market to manipulate of them all. Every second of VAR delay moves money in live betting algorithms. During Spain versus Saudi Arabia, a 3.5-minute review to disallow a Ferran Torres goal. 3 minutes of delay, 3 minutes of arbitrage. Picture the stadium, Spain up 4-0. Torres scores, the celebration starts, then stops. The referee touches his earpiece. In betting offices around the world, algorithms are moving money with every second of delay. When the whistle finally comes, the goal is disallowed. The Copenhagen Group flagged it for highly irregular in-play betting activity, and it is already happening at the player level. In spring 2026, MLS banned Derek Jones and Yaw Yeboah of Columbus Crew for alleged gambling violations, accused of betting on Jones to draw a yellow card during an October 2025 match. In Australia, a league captain, Ulises Davila, was convicted in a scheme where 3 players deliberately earned yellow cards for $10,000 each. This is not theory, this is documented crime with a price tag. And this World Cup produced more red cards in its first 28 matches than Russia 2018 and Qatar 2022 combined. July 1st, American striker Folarin Balogun received a red card against Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32, stepping on an opponent's ankle in the 64th minute. Standard automatic suspension, 1 match. He would miss the round of 16 against Belgium. Then the president called. Donald Trump told reporters, "I saw the play, I understand sports really well. That wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. So yes, I asked for a review by FIFA." FIFA convened its disciplinary committee. They invoked Article 27 of the Disciplinary Code, a provision titled Suspension of Implementation of Disciplinary Measures, and suspended Balogun's ban for a probationary period of 1 year. First time in 6 decades of tournament play that a red card suspension was overturned this way. UEFA released a statement. We express our disbelief at such an unprecedented, incomprehensible, and unjustifiable decision. Even Sepp Blatter, the former FIFA president who resigned under his own ethics cloud, said, red cards are not overturned by political phone calls. They are overturned by rules, evidence, and independent bodies. Norway's Football Federation president Lise Klaveness announced she would seek her board's backing to file a formal complaint with FIFA's Ethics Committee. European Parliament members drafted a letter urging football associations to demand a review of political interference in FIFA decisions. But here is what the Copenhagen Group flagged. Polymarket opened a betting market on whether Balogun's suspension would be overturned. This was the only such market in the entire tournament. 14 players received red cards up to that point, 14 automatic suspensions. Only one got a betting market on reversal, and that one happened to be the card a sitting president called about. The market opened before FIFA moved. The trade was placed before the call was public. If you watched that match in an American bar, you probably heard someone say the call would be reversed. They were right. The question is how they knew. I know someone watching this thinks the Trump call was irrelevant, that FIFA would have reversed it anyway. Make that argument. Show me the precedent. April brought the sponsorship announcement that explains everything. FIFA announced a $150 million sponsorship with ADI PredictStreet, making them the official prediction market partner of the FIFA World Cup. First time FIFA ever welcomed a prediction market inside stadiums. One problem, ADI PredictStreet was created 1 week before the deal was signed. Norwegian investigative magazine Josimar confirmed the company had no working product yet and was unlicensed in almost all jurisdictions. Ownership traces to Abu Dhabi. ADI PredictStreet is a subsidiary of FinStreet Limited, owned by International Holding Company, chaired by Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, brother of the UAE President, National Security Advisor, overseer of a $1.3 trillion business empire, official FIFA partner, no product, no license, banned across Europe before kickoff. Ajay Bhatia, who appeared on stage with Infantino to announce the partnership, had previously settled an insider trading case in India for approximately $150,000 without admitting wrongdoing. When Josimar published that finding, ADI replaced him within 24 hours. The new CEO, Dimitrios Psarakis, co-founded a lobbying group in Brussels in 2022. His partner was Eva Kaili, the Greek politician arrested 3 months later in Qatargate, the biggest corruption scandal in European Parliament history. Psarakis was investigated but never charged. Per Josimar, ADI PredictStreet's head of anti-money laundering had accepted a 2-year ban on financial activity in Gibraltar after overseeing compliance failures at a former employer. French gambling regulator ANJ issued 2 cease and desist notices and blacklisted ADI PredictStreet before the World Cup started. Germany's gaming authority opened a formal investigation. At least 2 other European regulators blocked the platform almost instantly. FIFA's $150 million integrity partner was banned in multiple countries before a single ball was kicked. ADI PredictStreet attracted $57,000 in World Cup winner trading volume. Polymarket attracted over $3 billion. The platform flopped so spectacularly that FIFA quietly brought in Kalshi, which had initially balked at the $150 million asking price, at a deep discount for the tournament's remainder. Beyond the headline cases, the Copenhagen Group flagged 5 more incidents. You watched Themba Zwane raise his arm. The referee did not see it. VAR did. 3 minutes later, in slow motion, from an angle the stadium never saw. 84th minute against Mexico. The red card ended his World Cup entirely with a 3-match ban, but someone had already bet on that card before it happened. The flag is not about what Zwane did. It is about who knew. 15 matches were placed under enhanced monitoring by the Copenhagen Group. 12 major controversies were assessed for integrity risks. 7 triggered yellow notices. And this was the first World Cup where prediction markets were continuously monitored by an international body, because the scale had never been seen before. Before the World Cup final, he published an open letter addressed directly to Gianni Infantino. Alain Berset, Secretary General of the Council of Europe, wrote, Betting has moved from the result of a match to moments a single player can produce without changing the score, a bet won by making others lose. It is an open door to fraud, and this World Cup has opened the door wider. Berset cited the Balogun reversal, a sanction suspended under pressure within days, with no reasons given. He cited racist abuse of players by elected officials. He cited the explosion of prop betting, cards, corners, throw-ins, as structural vulnerabilities FIFA refused to address. The Council of Europe administers the Mechelen Convention, the framework 43 nations adopted specifically to stop what FIFA says did not happen. Berset is not a pundit. He is the chief executive of Europe's human rights body, and he is saying on the record that FIFA enabled fraud. Blockchain analysts tracked coordination beyond the Spain versus Cape Verde case. 3 wallets, Mintblade, Grimdrip, and Endless Fate collectively made $24 million in World Cup profits. All 3 traced to the same Binance deposit address. Perfect or near-perfect records. Same funding source. According to blockchain analysis reported by CryptoSlate, 57% of wallets that profited from suspected insider trades were created within 24 hours of placing their bets. 2/3 of all Polymarket traders lost money on World Cup markets. But analysis of 1.6 million Polymarket accounts found that 67% of total profits were captured by just 0.1% of users, approximately 2,000 wallets sharing $500 million. The math screams coordination. The Copenhagen Group flagged it, what Zurich chose not to see. If you have traded on Polymarket during this tournament, did you see anything that looked coordinated? Drop your wallet if you want me to check it. Now you know the playbook. When FIFA's lawyers respond to this video, they will tell you yellow is the second lowest tier. Green is normal, yellow is low alert. They will not mention that 7 low alerts in one tournament is unprecedented. They will not mention that their own partner issued those alerts. You now know more than FIFA wants you to know. To be clear, yellow is not proof. The Copenhagen Group itself acknowledged that with $240 billion in volume, statistical anomalies are mathematically inevitable. Expert Christian Kalb, who previously worked with the Copenhagen Group, pointed out that hedging by bookmakers can produce the same red flags as manipulation. These are fair points. But does hedging explain a days-old account turning $400,000 into $4 million at a 1,000% return? Does hedging explain why only 1 of 14 red cards got a suspension reversal betting market, and that one happened after a presidential phone call? Does hedging explain 3 wallets coordinated through the same Binance address posting near-perfect records? Yellow is not proof, but 7 yellows is a pattern. And FIFA's silence is not a rebuttal, it is a refusal to look. FIFA built the task force. The task force includes the Copenhagen Group. The Copenhagen Group flagged 7 incidents. FIFA says nothing suspicious happened. The institution designed to detect corruption is now calling out the institution that created it. $240 billion wagered, 7 yellow notices, 1 institutional contradiction from within FIFA's own structure, a $150 million deal with a week-old company owned by Gulf royalty, blacklisted across Europe, staffed by people with insider trading settlements and anti-money laundering bans. No proof of rigging, but questions FIFA refuses to answer, and that refusal is the answer. The Council of Europe's top official called it an open door to fraud. FIFA closed the door on questions. Now you tell me, who do you trust? If you work in sports integrity, gambling compliance, or football administration, and you have seen something the public has not, the comment section exists. If you watched this tournament and felt something was off, you were not imagining it. The institution designed to protect the game is now being called out by its own partners. Next time you see a controversial call during a live match, check Polymarket within 60 seconds. If a new market opens on the reversal, before FIFA announces anything, you are watching the same thing Copenhagen is watching. Next, we are digging into the specific VAR controversies. The Copenhagen Group is still reviewing second by second, dollar by dollar. That breakdown lands next week. Subscribe so you do not miss it.